Welcome to this MLA walkthrough, which has been specifically designed to teach you how to set up your MLA essay the correct way with the least amount of effort humanly possible. I'm talking bare minimum, no frills, no extra, just the elements your professor will actually be checking for. First things first. MLA doesn't use a fancy cover page. The identifying information goes in the first 4 lines in the top left corner of the page. It should be your name, your professor's name, the class, and the date. Take note, in MLA format, the date is written as day, month, year. All right, let's walk through and practice. Notice it should be double spaced. All right, make sure that your font is Times New Roman 12 point. And let's go. Name, professor. Let me spell it correctly. Professor name, class, day, month, year. Paragraph. Make sure that both before and after are at 0. Line spacing at double. Make sure everything else looks like this. Yours should look like mine. Boom. There we go. Now I did have an extra space there, so I had to back that out. But you won't have to do that. Next. MLA basically has 3 non-negotiables. We've already made sure that our first 4 lines, our identifying information, was double spaced, but now we have to make sure that the entire essay is double spaced. You can do that at the end though. Just make sure that you highlight the entire essay, and it should be set like this. All right. The next thing you have to do is make sure that your margins are 1 inch. Now these are preset. They are preset at 1 inch. If you're not messing with things, it should be set like this. And then your paper will look 80% correct and you haven't even done a thing, right? We love it. Okay. The next thing that you have to do is add your last name and page number to the top right corner. So you can double click at the top, go to page number, top of page, choose the third option where the page number is in the far right corner, and write your last name. You also want to make sure that it is Times New Roman 12 point, not file, Times New Roman 12. Double click out. Let's pretend that we have an extra page here. Let's insert a blank page, and you'll see that your last name and page number combo corresponds with the actual number of the page. Perfect. We're almost done. Now we're getting to the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes. Am I hungry? We're getting to the most important part of MLA format, which are in-text citations, okay? If you say something that came from a source, whether it's a definition, a fact, a theory, a quote, a paraphrase, you have to cite it. If it's your opinion, you don't have to cite it. The way that you cite is the parenthetical. I was gonna say the parenthetical. Delete this part. The parenthetical should have the author's last name and the page number. Okay, that's it. Simple. And if there are no page numbers, in some cases you will use a paragraph number or some other identifier, but your professor will let you know about that. You could also check it out on the Outproduce site. Okay. Boom. That's it. Also, in MLA format, as with APA format, the in-text citation should go at the end of the sentence. And if there's a direct quote, then it will go after the closing quotation mark. So this is a perfect example here that I just happened to pull up. You see, this is a quotation mark. The in-text citation is on the outside of the quotation mark, but on the inside of the period. Whereas APA makes a distinction between paraphrase and direct quotes, MLA does not. So if you copy and paste what the author said using quotation marks, your in-text citation should look like this. If you rephrase it, paraphrase, using the source's idea with your own words, the in-text citation should also look like this. So no matter what, your in-text citation should look like this. What should your in-text citation look like? Exactly this. That is how your in-text citation would look if you do not write the author's name in a sentence, okay? So the in-text citation looks like the last name and the page number when you make a statement of fact or some idea that you took from that source, and then you put the citation at the end. However, if you mention the author's name within the sentence, so you say, Johnson says that blue, Then at the end, the only thing you have to put in the parentheses is the page number where Johnson's quote can be found. Okay, that is the difference. If you don't include the author's name in the sentence, the last name and the page number need to be in the end parenthetical. If you use the author's name in the sentence, then only the page number has to be in the ending parenthetical. I was getting ready to move on when someone said, what do I do if there are multiple authors? And that is a great question, so let's talk about it. In the instance that you do not mention the author's name in a sentence, then your citation will include both authors' last names separated by the word and a page number at the end. Let's look at this example over here on the Al Purdue website. Best and Marcus argue that blue, blue, blue. Their names are in the sentence. So the only thing that goes in the parenthetical at the end of the sentence is the page number. The second sentence, the authors claim that blah, blah, blah. Then you put their names are not in the sentence. So you put their last names plus the page number in the parenthetical at the end. Now, if there are only two authors, you separate their names with the word and. If there are three or more authors, you only list the first author's last name, and then you can use the phrase et al. Et al means and them. Ray and them, mom and them, grandma and them, okay, Johnson and them. Yes, you use et al. And then you put the page number. Et al, period, in the page number, okay? It's very important to add the period, okay? And you see that again over here on the Al Purdue site. According to Frank et al, period, and then you have the page number at the end because their name is a sentence. So if there are multiple authors or if there's only one author, the structure is the same. If the author's name is in a sentence, the only thing you need in the parenthetical at the end is the page number. If the author's name is not in the sentence, then the parenthetical should have the last name and page number of however many people there are. All right. If you want to be cute and stylistic, then instead of saying et al, you can also say according to and then list the author's name. Or sometimes you might see them say and colleagues or the first author's last name and then and colleagues. So Johnson and colleagues or Johnson and others. That's kind of a stylistic thing. All right, we're on the last part, the Works Cited page. The Works Cited page is where all of your sources that you have an in-text citation for should be listed. Each source that has an in-text citation in the body of your essay should have one full citation on the Works Cited page. So if you have a source and you're citing Allen in your in-text citation, if you have cited Allen within the body of your essay, then Allen needs to have a citation here. Each source that appears on the Works Cited page has to have at least one in-text citation. So don't put sources on your Works Cited page if you did not cite them in your essay. And then for each source that you cite on your essay, of course, you have to have a corresponding full citation. So you can cite Allen 50 times, but he only needs one entry on your Works Cited page. Okay, so I'm not going to hold you. Like I said, bare minimum. This is the format that your sources should use depending on the source type. There are various source types. These are just a few of the popular ones that I have come across a lot, and I have them laid out here for you, but you can always find others here on this Al Purdue site, or you can just Google it. So you want to make sure that your sources are in alphabetical order, and you have to follow you want to make sure that they're in alphabetical order, double spaced with hanging indentations. And these formats, depending on the source type, should be correct. Okay, they have to match. They have a certain pattern. I didn't make the pattern, but MLA wants you to follow the pattern. You have to follow the pattern, not your feelings. We can't go for vibes. We're going for structure. All right. So let's just go and practice how to format them. I'm lazy, so I just copied and pasted those sources here with no formatting, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it can be. Your heading should be Works Cited. A lot of people mix this up. You want to add an S on Works, you want to capitalize the C. No bold, no underline, no none fancy. Just written regularly. All right, so once you have your sources on here, copied and pasted in alphabetical order, you're going to highlight everything. And then you're going to go to my favorite, this down arrow under paragraph. And then you're going to make sure that it's double, 0 before, 0 after. But here, you're going to put special as hanging. Boom, your sources are formatted. And we're done. We're done. Now I'm going to put you on game and give you a little cheat code, but don't tell your professors I told you this. So if you like Google Scholar, then you can, or if you use a library, your school's library website, they might have a cite button, but if not, you can just copy and paste the title of the source that you find in your school library site into Google Scholar, and it will give you this button. You can click cite here. However, you still have to double check because citations, these are made by citation makers. People program those things. Sometimes they can be wrong. So let's double check. Over here, we're doing MLA. This is a journal. We have last name, comma, first name, et al. That looks right. I'm not sure. This looks right. We see the et al. We have the title. The title is in quotation marks. Yes, yes, yes. It is written in title case. The journal name is italicized. Perfect. Now, when we get here, this is not right. Okay, this is not how it should be written. So you would have to format this. I'm guessing that the 4 is maybe the volume number, and then 2 would be the issue number. So you would have to fix this last part to make it match, and then put the month, the date, and however many page numbers there are in there, and then the database you got it from. So but you would only have to change the last 3 or 4 things, so that would still save you a lot of time. But you just can't always copy and paste it because sometimes they're wrong. Don't tell anybody I put you on game like that, all right? And that's it. MLA done in the most bare minimum way possible. Clean, correct, fast, easy. If you have any other videos that you would like to see, leave it in the comments below. Gotta let's get things. Bye.